For me, making ceramics is the easiest part of my small business. I don't know about you, but while I want to venture out to markets and having an online presence, those are the scary parts for me. There's so many things holding me back from starting this journey further and doing the cringy things. The only way I can tackle the fears is head on. Let's talk about why I'm scared to start my small business and what the heck I'm going to do about it. Hi, I'm Amanda, the owner of Whimsy Pots. Welcome to the first throw in my new ceramic studio. If you missed the last video, my husband and I worked hard to take this sad and cluttered basement and turn it into my new creative haven. I just reopened my Etsy shop and it's pretty bare, so it's definitely time to get making again. I'd like to just ease back into making. I'm not about overwhelming myself with work or making too much at a time. I'm so busy during the day with my kids, so I don't have a consistent working schedule. So if I were to make too much at a time, then I wouldn't have enough time to trim or refine with details or handles before it became too hard to work with, and I would just have to put the clay in the reclaim bucket, which is just wasted time for me. So for today, the plan is just to make a few new Mushy Boys, which in the end looks like this. They're a market favorite. Everyone loves these. This is the type of product that stops people in their tracks and brings them right over to my booth. See, this is easy. This is the easy part about making and creating. Not that learning any art is easy by any means. We all know that. And if you're someone who just makes art just for you, that is so valuable. That's why we all started, right? We had this urge to make or this calling for a certain art form. For me, it was just to get out of my house and do something that was just for me. I've always been really creative, always sewing and painting, crafting. While I still do all of those things, ceramics stuck in a way where I was like, maybe I could do something more with this. I've always dreamed of monetizing my crafting things, but sewing and painting is just for me. Ceramics, I saw a bigger picture, selling online and then in-person markets, YouTube maybe. So this is all becoming much more than just making art for myself. So the easy part is just being creative, slowing down and enjoying the process. I love the way that my brain turns off when I'm throwing. The hard part is everything I envision for Whimsy Pots, the growth, putting myself out there for strangers. I'm so introverted and anxious that I just freak myself out. So let's go over all the things I'm scared of and what the heck I'm gonna attempt to do about it.
Last rodeo written on my back window. I've never tried this before I met you. Here we go.
It's the next day, and now the Mushy Boys are in the leather hard state, so I can easily pick them up, but still soft enough where I can manipulate them and start to add its features. Probably my most prominent fear in starting this small business is just the way I'm going to be perceived. Not the way, but just being perceived at all. Being seen at all by anybody. It's actually not really about the strangers. The strangers online don't bother me that much. It's really actually like a feeling of embarrassment and just major cringe when I know someone that I know is watching, or someone that I fear from my past is watching, or will stumble upon my online presence, or, oh God, like an in-person market. Oh my gosh, huge fear. I mean, I didn't even tell my friends and family about my Instagram page for like 2 months. They just found it one day and it was mortifying. It's upload day for our first YouTube channel. I just feel embarrassed. At this point, we have 87 shorts and 0 videos and 126 subscribers. I have it already. I'm just gonna hit it. Oh no. I was reading something the other day that was probably perfect timing. And it was something along the lines of, nobody cares as much as you do, in the sense of all the cringe and worry. Nobody sees that. Nobody feels that cringe watching you or seeing you like you do. So post that video or that picture or whatever. If showing your face on screen is something you want to do, then do it. No one's going to look at it the way that you are, in like a cringy kind of way. But people from my past who I necessarily might not want to see it, I'll never know if they do or not. So why carry that? I guess I'll let you know how that goes in a couple of days. So for me this year in 2025, I'm just posting it. No one actually cares about all the cringe as much as I do. And if you need to, honestly, just block people on social media. By the way, if you're on Instagram, you can follow me there. I post a lot more kind of in the moment things. My second biggest fear is that certain things just won't be worth it. I challenged myself last year to do a lot of markets, and in total, I was able to do 5 markets. I had just wanted to do at least 1, so that was a big accomplishment for me. But some were not worth it, and I definitely wouldn't go back to some of them. I swore I wouldn't sign up for a market that wasn't in my demographic or wouldn't be worth it monetarily, because I just don't really have the time to waste. And for not everybody is it a waste. Everyone gets something different out of a market. Everyone lives somewhere different where for a certain amount of money you earn at a market, it's better than in other areas, and for some people it's worse. And so we can't easily compare what's worth it or not from person to person. It depends on who you are. But for me, I'm home with my kids full time, which means that if I take a Saturday or Sunday or even Friday to do a market, then my husband has to take the day off of work to be with our kids, or I have to find alternative care and often drive a while, all the packing and loading and setting up and tearing down. It really has to be financially worth it for me to do that market. There were about 2 markets that I did this year that I just was like, wow, this was not worth it. But at the same time, there was so much that I actually did gain from those markets. I still made money at both of them. At both of them, I actually gained some vendor friends. There are some vendors that I traded items with, and now we're friends on social media. And I'm really excited to see them again in the future. From each of those markets, I earned enough money where I could put it back in the business, and I was able to get some more supplies and market booth setups, and of course the experience of doing the markets. My husband's so supportive that I could have made absolutely no sales at a market, and it would have been totally worth his time and my time, in his opinion, for me to go and do the markets. So, you know, it just depends on how you look at it. But I think in 2025, the way I'm going to go about this fear is to research even more the markets that I'm doing. I recently joined a Facebook group in my community where we talk about and review local markets, and I can get insight if it would be worth it for me with the goals that I have. Oh my gosh, these guys are coming along really nicely. They're so cute. Okay, next we've got to add a little mushroom cap, and its feet and arms. I'm not sure what I'm going to put on top of the mushroom caps right now. Maybe I'll just leave them plain. I like to put little decorations on top, like a leaf or a book or something like that. I won't be applying for markets that aren't for people who'd enjoy my witchy art, and I'll only be signing up for markets that have a certain amount of foot traffic. This feeling of worth it might be totally different for you, and that's okay. Just know that you don't have to sign up for every market that you find, and it could be more fulfilling if you take the time to find out if this is the right space for you and for your products. My third fear is that I'm just not a good enough artist, or I'm not a real artist at all. I've always been creative, always making handmade items, but I didn't go to school for years. I have no professional experience creating. What do you call yourself when you took some intermediate classes and then the rest is self-taught and now you're selling things? There's been a few times at markets last year where someone said, wow, your art is beautiful, or you're an amazing artist, and I'm just kind of like, what? I feel like I'm fooling them, like I'm a wicked imposter and I'm conning people into buying things, which obviously isn't the case. Seeing reactions from people at my markets is so reassuring, and I honestly had no idea it would resonate so much with them until I was able to physically get my products in front of people. If you've never done a market, this is one of the best reasons to get started in your market journey. You'll get one-on-one feedback from people, and if you're not getting the warm reactions from people that you expected, then you know it's either not the right crowd for you and your work, or that your work needs to be refined a bit. I've gotten some fair criticism about my items that I'll be implementing changes to in 2025. I think going forward, I'll call my work art, but I think I might still struggle to call myself an artist. Do you struggle with this idea at all? I'm not sure how many years or how many milestones it would take to feel comfortable saying it, but that might just be in the future. To help me with these fears and anxieties, I'm turning it into excitement for what's to come this year. And I've created a vision board, but it's not just a vision board for goals necessarily. This year, instead, I'm making a board of how I want to feel, what I want to fill my days with, and what the vibe should look like for a cozy and relaxed and emotionally fulfilling year. Hot chocolate break. My husband made me hot chocolate in my new owl mug. I want to feel grounded and free. I want to be surrounded by my community. I want to spend more time on crafts that are just for me, like paint by numbers or these DIY craft houses that I got. Those I'm really excited about. I think I'm actually going to put up some shelving just to display those. And overall, I just want to feel proud of the slow and sustainable growth that I'm trying to build here at the Whimsy Studio. Here's the finished guy. And don't forget about the booty. Oh, I can't wait to underglaze him once he's a little bit more dry. It came out so adorable. My more concrete goals have to do with my Instagram followers, my YouTube subscribers, and possibly monetization, attending more markets and even challenging markets like a 2-day market or like a crazy Ren Fair situation. Let me know down in the comments about your goals for 2025, but more importantly, how you want to feel this year. Is that so cute? Yeah. Right? Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, subscribe for more small business content, and let's grow together this year. I'll see you in the next one.